During Flex, don't forget that the streets will flow brown with root beer. Dr. Hickey's class for chess club. You guys go join them. They have a lot of fun in there. Hey, listen up. On Monday, we begin lollipop sales. It's always great to do lollipop sales. Hey, I want to remind you guys that it's not just, It's not just about having a great time and a really great tasting lollipop. It's about raising money for the New Directions banquet. So you guys buy so many lollipops that we sell out this year and take them home, give them to family and friends. They make great Thanksgiving gifts. Buy these lollipops for the New Directions banquet. Listen, we'll be doing it for 2 weeks. The cost of the lollipops is 75 cents for one or 3 for $2. Okay? And that starts on Monday. Then Trinity Church contacted me, and they are doing their Christmas production for 2016, and they're opening up their cast to non-Trinity Church members. If you are interested, there is an information meeting on October the 11th at 7 p.m. They are looking for people who can act, sing, and rap. So, October the 11th at 7 p.m. is the information meeting for that. All right, let's rein it back in. We'll let you guys try out your rap skills another time. Hey guys, the Rawls College of Business at Texas Tech is going to be here on Monday during Flex. They're going to meet in the library. And that's for anyone interested in studying business, okay? And then also the representative from Colorado Christian University will be here on Tuesday during Flex in the library. And now I'm going to turn the microphone over to Miss Abigail, who has some announcements for you guys.
Thank you. Okay, yeah. So I was going to let y'all know, we wanted to thank everyone who came out to see you at the poll this morning. We had a really great turnout. It was a really great time. So thank y'all for being willing to get up early and just take time to be in prayer. Also, we wanted to let y'all know twerp days start today. So you still have time to decorate your date's locker if you want to. Those must be taken down by next Friday. Sorry, guys, you can't keep it up all year. So throughout the week, just continue to bring gifts, drinks, snacks, whatever you want to bring. The dance is on Saturday, 7 to 9:30. We'll have signs and stuff up, like leading you there, because if you just put the address in your GPS, it's going to get a little confusing. So we'll make sure we get y'all there. It's going to be fun. It's going to be awesome. I think that's it.
Okay. Last thing, I want to recognize 2 students today for their academic achievements. The first one is we got a letter from the National Merit Scholarship Corporation, another letter. These are always fun to get. And one of our seniors is being recognized as one of the top, he's in the top 5% in the nation with his score from the PSAT from last year. And that is Connor Pope. Stand that up. Yeah, nice job. He will also be recognized at graduation, so congratulate him. The last recognition is we, as a school, have to select one female senior each year to represent our school with the YWCA Women in Excellence Award. It's a $500 scholarship to a young lady who exhibits strong leadership abilities and a strong academic ability. And this year we have chosen Abigail McDonald to represent Trinity. So be sure to congratulate her. It's worth $500, so I will talk to you more about that. Okay. On for the pledges.
Very good.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I pledge allegiance to the Christian flag and to the Savior for his kingdom it stands, one Savior crucified, risen and coming again, with life and liberty for all who believe. I pledge allegiance to the Bible, God's holy word, make it a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. I'll hide its words in my heart, that I might not sin against God.
Hey guys, have a seat. If we have time at the end, we're going to save our worship to the end, but I want to make sure that I have enough time to cover what I want to talk about with you this morning. But before I jump into that, I just wanted to commend you guys on Flex so far. I think it's been going fairly well. If you have suggestions about how we can improve Flex students, we want your feedback, and really we want to hear from you. We've heard from some teachers about how some things that we can do to modify and make it better, and so we're going to be implementing some of those changes that we can. One of those changes is this. On Mondays, we're going to go back to regular study halls on Mondays. Monday is kind of a business day that we want to be able to have you guys in your kind of homeroom study halls, your flex study halls, so that we can have recruiters. You know, we got the Texas Tech recruiter coming. We've got some other things that we want to accomplish on Mondays. Give you an opportunity if you need to go see teachers on Mondays, get some passes and go see teachers if you missed class from the week before or something like that. So Mondays for the rest of the semester we're going to go back. We're not going to have the time out on the commons to chill. Okay, so just want to let you guys know that that's going to be starting next Monday. Okay, but again, appreciate you guys working with us, and we're trying to work out the kinks as well. So give us the feedback that we can, so we can continue to improve it. Okay, we got a special video presentation real quick before I start. Very impressive, ladies. Great job. So that's our latest entry into our Trinity Carpool Karaoke Contest. And like I said, we invite more. I think I'm waiting for a guys one now. So whoever feels inspired, send it our way, and you'll get up here on screen during chapel. So good job. So what I want to talk to you guys about today is we have our Protectors. There we go. Protectors Lesson 1. And so we had Paul Coughlin out here a couple weeks ago, and he gave a great presentation about what God thinks about bullying and how we as a school can do our best to make sure that we don't have any bullying in our school. And so, like I said then, we're going to have lessons throughout the year on how we can continue to implement these ideas of being protectors and looking out for each other and making sure that our school is a school where everybody feels safe to come here. And so this is our first lesson today. Tomorrow you guys will have a chance in your high school retreat, small groups, to debrief some of this and talk about it. But I want to share the first lesson with you. And the first lesson is really, how does Jesus think and feel about bullying? So I'm going to talk about that, but a lot more than that as well. I wanted to give you, just off the bat, a little bit of the feedback that you guys gave us from your surveys. So I've got a couple charts here. some of the feedback from the survey that you took was this: do you believe that there's a problem with bullying within our organization? Out of 288 responses, 67% of you said no, and 32% of you said yes. Okay, so we've got about 2/3 that said no, we don't really have that problem here. Well, praise the Lord. That's great news, right? But still, there's about 1/3 of us that feels like maybe there's a little bit of an issue. Okay, next slide. I feel safe from bullying when I am at this organization. Again, for the most part, about 2/3 of you said, yes, I feel safe from bullying. But there's still about 1/3 that are kind of, sometimes, regularly, or never feel safe from bullying. So, I'd like that to be zero, that 1/3 piece to be zero. If there's any of us that are feeling afraid to come to school, or not feeling like this is a safe place, or feeling like there is an issue of somebody picking on them, or maybe just not treating them appropriately, or leaving them out, or not honoring them, and we want to make sure that doesn't happen. And I know everybody's been talking a little bit about their whys, and so just real briefly, this kind of touches on my why. I've kind of told some of you guys, some audiences, a little bit about my story in junior high and high school, but I hated junior high and high school. It's amazing that God has actually brought me back to work in a junior high and high school, because when I graduated from high school, I pretty much was sure that I would never go back to a high school. And the reason why is because I was a quiet kid. I was a sensitive kid. I was a shy kid. I was one of those kids that just kind of sat in the back of class and never raised his hand. Always wanted to try and do my best, but never really felt like I fit in. It was kind of, a little socially awkward. Didn't always have the quick retort to somebody. There was always kids that just had the right word to say, and I was kind of blah, 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 blah. I just kind of always felt tongue-tied. That's just kind of my personality, Before I speak, I like to think about all the possible responses before it comes out, Some of you guys might be able to relate to that. But in high school, I just never really felt like I fit in. Same in junior high. I never really felt like I really was one of the cool kids, or was part of the group, and really kind of felt a little bit alone. So that was tough. That was really tough. Experienced some depression, missed school because of it, and really on a lot of days I felt scared to come to school because I just really didn't feel like I had a safe place to come to. And so, man, that's motivation for me now as an adult and as a part of your community at Trinity Christian School, to do everything that I possibly can to make sure that there's not one of you that ever feels that way when you come to Trinity. Because I know how it felt, and it's not a good feeling. And so I think it's incumbent on us as a community to make sure that as Team Trinity, as our family, that we make sure that we're looking out for each other. And so that's really kind of what I want you to talk to you guys about today. To help illustrate that, I want to show you this brief clip from a movie you've probably seen, The Blind Side.
You got 100 pounds on Collis and you can't keep him out of our backfield? Hold your block until the whistle blows. Hold it. All right, let's go.
What's with the camera? Michael always does better when he sees what he's supposed to be doing.
Holding. Left tackle.
Michael, come on.
Or. Come here, son. You're gonna hold him. Hold him inside here between the tits. You got it? Will you look at me, son? If you grab him outside here like this, or that horse collar thing you just did, you're gonna get flagged and I'm gonna be pissed. You hear me? All right, let's go.
Baby, wash my stuff, all right?
Okay.
Well, at least they look good coming off the bus. They'll be terrified till they realize he's a marshmallow. Looks like Tarzan plays like Jane.
Give me a minute, Bert.
We're in the middle of practice, Leanne.
You can thank me later. Michael, do you remember when we first met and we went to that horrible part of town to buy you those dreadful clothes? And I was a little bit scared and you told me not to worry about it because you had my back. Do you remember that?
Yes, ma'am.
And if anyone tried to get to me, you would have stopped them, right? And when you and SJ were in that car wreck, what did you do to the airbag?
Stopped it?
You stopped it. You stopped it. This team is your family, Michael. You have to protect them from those guys, okay? Listen. Okay. Tony here's your quarterback, all right? You protect his blind side. When you look at him, you think of me, how you have my back, how you have his, okay? All right, Tony, go back. All right. Uncle Lumpy here is your tailback. When you look at him, you think of SJ and how you've never let anyone or anything hurt him. You understand me? All right, go back. Got it?
What about Collins and Mr. Tui?
Fine, they can be on the team too. Are you gonna protect the family, Michael?
Yes, ma'am.
Good boy. Then go have some fun. Yelling at him doesn't work, Bert. Doesn't trust men. In his experience, they pretend to care about you till they disappear.
Want to run a play?
SJ, you're gonna want to get this.
Okay. Come on, Michael.
All right, Michael, come on. Woo! Yes! Michael!
All right, way to go, Al. Way to go.
That boy.
Hey, get up here. Let's go.
Okay. What'd you say to him?
You should get to know your players, Bert. He tested 98% in protective instincts. I said you could thank me later. It's later, Bert.
A great clip there, right? So what Michael didn't understand is that, hey, he needed to protect his team like he already felt he wanted to protect his family, right? And so that's kind of the idea that I want to express to you guys, is I want you guys to understand that you guys already have your groups, you have your friends here at Trinity, but I want to expand your scope about who you care about and who you want to protect, like they are your family, right? Because we're all, quite frankly, in this together, and we all are a family. And I think we can get that. And once we understand that, man, we'll have a great desire and incentive to protect each other well. And I want to talk about the parable of the Good Samaritan. And I think this illustrates this principle really nicely. So let's read it together, okay? So, and behold, a lawyer, so like an expert in the law, right, stood up and put him to the test. Who is he putting to the test? Jesus, right? He says, "Teacher, what shall I do to inherit eternal life?" Jesus said to him, "What is written in the law? How do you read it?" And he answered, "You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your strength and with all your mind, and your neighbor as yourself." And he said to him, "You have answered correctly. Do this and you will live." Right? So this expert in the law, he knew the Old Testament law from Deuteronomy, what it says, right? And so he repeated that really nicely. By the way, what does it mean to love your neighbor as yourself? What does it mean to love your neighbor as you love yourself? You thought about that? A good way to think about that is Matthew 7:12 says, "Treat others like you'd like to be treated." Treat others like you'd like to be treated, okay? Are we doing that? Are we truly treating other people like we would want other people to treat us? Food for thought there. So, they continue. But he, this expert in the law, desiring to justify himself, said to Jesus, and who is my neighbor? Great question, right? So what is this man trying to figure out? Okay, Jesus, who do I need to love like I love myself? Like, which one of the people out there do I really need to love? Okay, so he's trying to kind of figure out, okay, am I doing the right thing here? Jesus replied, a man was going down from Jerusalem to Jericho, and he fell among robbers who stripped him and beat him and departed, leaving him half dead. Now by chance a priest was going down that road, and when he saw him, he passed by on the other side. So likewise a Levite, when he came to the place and saw him, passed by on the other side. But a Samaritan, as he journeyed, came to where he was, and when he saw him, he had compassion. He went to him and bound up his wounds, pouring on oil and wine. Then he set him on his own animal and brought him to an inn and took care of him. And the next day he took out 2 denarii and gave them to the innkeeper, saying, take care of him, and whatever more you spend, I will repay you when I come back. This is such a fascinating parable because just a couple chapters before, Jesus had just been rejected at this Samaritan village. And so Jesus puts the Samaritan in here for a particular purpose, right? Samaritans were not treated well or respected by Jews. They were kind of half-breeds. They weren't like worthy. They weren't fully Jewish because they had intermixed with Gentiles, right? And so Jesus puts the guy as the good guy in here that most, especially this guy in this audience, would think would be an enemy, right? Somebody that we don't respect, somebody that we don't like. And he does that for a particular purpose, okay? Next slide. And it concludes with this. Which of these 3 do you think proved to be a neighbor to the man who fell among the robbers? Did you see how Jesus flipped it on him? I love how Jesus does this. The man asked, what? Who is my neighbor? So he's trying to figure out, okay, who do I have to be nice to? Who do I have to treat like myself? And Jesus flips it and says, what? No, you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to be the neighbor to everybody. You're not supposed to look around and select the ones you're going to be kind to, right? You're going to be the neighbor and show mercy and compassion to everybody, right? He said the one who showed him mercy, the expert in the law couldn't even say the word Samaritan because he had such little respect for him, right? But he knew that Jesus was right. And Jesus said to him, you go and do likewise. Go and do likewise. So take action, in essence, he's saying, right? I think this has profound wisdom for us because I feel like in high school, in junior high, we tend to have this group that we hang out with, and that's our group. And that's our group, okay? And I think that's kind of what the expert is saying. Hey, okay, I'm pretty good because I'm hanging out with my neighbors, right? I'm doing great by the law. But Jesus is like, no. I'm telling you something totally different, right? He's saying, I don't want you just to look at your group. I want you to look at everybody the way that I see them, in a way that I want you to treat them. And guess what? Jesus even went farther than that. He said, I want you to love not only people that love you, I want you to love your enemies as you love yourself. Okay? And then he says, go and do it. It's not just something that he just can say, okay, I get that concept. You're going to do it. So what I want to do today, guys, is I want you guys to do something. Okay? And here's what we're going to do. We're going to partner up with somebody that you don't know. Okay? And we're going to do it like this. Over here, in this section here, I'd like seniors to partner up with freshmen. And I'd like you to partner up with a freshman that you don't know. Okay? If you need to double up, because we have a lot of seniors, there can be two seniors and one freshman, that's fine. But all over here are going to be seniors and freshmen. In this column here, we're going to have juniors and 8th graders partner up with somebody that you don't know. Okay? Not yet. And guess what? Guess who's going to be over here? Sophomores are going to partner with 7th graders that you don't know. One-on-one or one-on-two. By the way, listen, guys with guys, girls with girls, okay? So bros with bros, sisters with sisters. Are we ready? Set, go.
I'm going to the sophomore line.
Once you have your partner, have a seat in your section with your partner. Good job, seniors and freshmen. Y'all are advanced, clearly. We're getting there. We can do it. Go grab a seat over there, sophomores and seventh graders. Sophomores and seventh graders. Okay. Raise your hand if you don't have a partner and you need one. Does everybody have a partner? Okay. Awesome. So here's your first question. We're going to have a little discussion, okay? Hey, tell me about yourself. Go. Hey, next question. What was the highlight of your summer? Go. Hey, next question. Describe for me your perfect day. Like if you could have like a perfect day in your life, what would that look like? Go. Next question. What do you love about TCS? Go. Okay, and last question. Last question. If I could change something about TCS to make it better, it would be blank. Go. Okay. I wanted to introduce you to somebody today that could have your back. If you feel like there's maybe not that many people that have your back, guess what? You got at least one person now, okay? I want to encourage you to stay in touch with this person. You know, I think God just brought people together. I don't know who you paired up with, but I want you to stay in touch. Older with younger, younger with older. When you see each other in the hall, right, check in with each other, okay? You want to exchange texts, that's fine. Whatever you want to do, but just I want you guys to realize that, man, we're a family, and we need to look out to protect the family here at Trinity Christian School. And for me, when I was in high school, one reason why I survived is because I had some older guys that kind of took me under their wing and said, hey, Tyler, come and hang with us, and you're going to be okay, okay? And sometimes you just need that. And it's amazing how much in common we really have, and sometimes we feel like we're all just kind of in our own little world. But really, we're all made in the image of God. And God tells us, this is the last thing I want to share with you, to do this. It's Micah 6:8. He has told you, O man, what is good. And what does the Lord require of you? But do justice and to love mercy and to walk humbly with your God, right? So what does do justice mean? Basically means do what is morally right and fair. Do the right thing, right? Love mercy. What does mercy mean? Essentially, it means show kindness, love, and compassion to other people, right? Walk humbly with your God. What does that mean? It means depend on God, not on your own strength. You can do those three things. Stand up for what's right. You can love other people and show them kindness and mercy, right? Not just the people in your group, but be a neighbor to everybody that you see walking by in this school, in this family, and not rely on your own strength, but rely on God's strength. Man, God's going to do some incredible things in your life. I want to close doing this. I want you just to pray for your new buddy here, sister, brother, and just take a little prayer request, and I want you guys to just pray. I'd also like you guys, while you're praying, to lift up Mrs. C. I think most of you know that she's got cancer, and she's going to go through chemotherapy, which will be starting next week. But, man, we need to rally around her as our Trinity family and continue to lift her up in prayer. The great thing is that her cancer is very treatable, and still, we're going to lift her up in prayer. We're going to support her as much as we possibly can. She's out today, but we want to lift her up in prayer, okay? So take some little prayer requests with your partner, and then pray together, and then I'll close us, and then we'll go to Flex. Go.